All right, this week in Exercise Science Lab, we talked about the joint-by-joint approach or joint-by-joint theory, kind of originated by Mike Boyle and Gray Cook, but it's just an interesting teaching tool, I think, that I use in my kinesiology class. Today, we're talking about ankle mobility. So as we kind of went up the kinetic chain, we talked about different areas of the body that are ideally a little bit more mobile than they are stable, or areas that should be more stable, like the lumbar spine and core area, than they are mobile, like the shoulder joint or the ankle joint. So we talked about, all right, in another video, I looked at my ankle mobility, which was lacking in my left ankle. I knew it was bothering me. All right, so I have some arthrokinematic issues, meaning that the bones of my ankle joint, my tibia, my talus, and my calcaneus are just not moving. They're not sliding and gliding and rolling very well. My talus is getting stuck. So I knew it was bad, but I measured the difference, and it was about 7 inches to 3 inches is the difference, right? So I have about 40% of the ankle dorsiflexion as I do in my right ankle. That's not good, right? If they're both about the same, that would be one thing, but that kind of imbalance causes some issues, and I got some issues. I played basketball Friday morning. Actually, last Monday, today's Monday. Last Monday, a calf got a little crampy towards the end. I tried to play again Friday. I immediately felt some tendons get tight in my ankle, which was not a good sign. Basically, if these calf muscles get tight and they tug up, they're gonna pull on my ankle joint. And I just feel tendons, constant tightness all around my ankle joint. And then when I go to move, I feel an impingement deep in the ankle joint. That's what I found playing ball. I love basketball. It's like my litmus test for just how my body's feeling overall. But then I came here and did a basic wall-facing ankle assessment drill that I have in another video, and I think, well, what do I do now? So part of what I've asked in class, what we discussed, is the difference between open kinetic chain and closed kinetic chain exercises. So we're gonna do a couple of each for your ankle mobility exercises. Open kinetic chain, so picture a chain connected like a loop, right? If you break the chain apart, now you have two open ends of that chain. The body's no different, right? So if my arm is out here, that's like the end of a chain here. Okay, that's the open kinetic chain for my arm. If I put my hand on the floor and do a push-up, now that's a closed kinetic chain because I've closed that part of the chain with the floor. All right, so a couple basic open kinetic chain exercises we talked about is just to get some general active mobility, meaning I might just do dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, just to see how that feels. And then I might do some big circles. And now, it's not just ankle circles, 5 one way, 5 the other. I am purposely drawing the biggest circle I can draw, right? And I am mindful of is there a little divot in that circle? Where does that circle become an oval? Is there a corner that I am missing? I know there's not a corner on a circle, but you get it. And then I might do the alphabet, which tells me a lot too. Big H, big V, whatever letters you want to do. All right, and by going through that, it just tells you. And if your ankles are bothering you, this is a great mindful, just so slowly go through some big Roman numerals, go through some big alphabet, like capitalized Times New Roman, letters, because it's gonna wear out some of these muscles. But if you wanna run, if you wanna play ball, if you wanna, jog and do just different athletic movements, I coach Little League soccer, I coach basketball, I wanna do layups, I still wanna play rec ball. Before loading your ankles with all 235 pounds of my body running up and down the court, it's nice to just do some movements like this and just get some of those muscles and tendons going. It's like WD-40 for your joints, all right? Now, this one, I'm not sure if this is open or closed kinetic chain, probably closed, but a little tougher to show on video maybe without being too close up. But I like to use a tennis ball. So I have arthrokinematic issues, right, of my left ankle. Let's switch up. Meaning that a joint isn't moving very well, all right? So my osteokinematics, remember, is that I just don't have good dorsiflexion or plantar flexion. Those are the osteokinematic or the physiological movements. My joint mobility at the joint level where the bones touch the bones, more or less, is my osteokinematics. It's my accessory motion, and that's what I'm lacking. So I might get in here and just do some light movement where I'm taking the tennis ball and I'm putting it sort of right in front of my ankle bone, putting that on the floor, then I'm going to do some light mobility exercises, pushing the heel bone towards the floor, all right? And just to get some light movement, I got a little achiness in there, right? So I can just tell there's some crabbiness. And so that's a light one I'm just going to start doing daily, just to see, can I get some little movement between my talus, my calcaneus there, all right? So press the heel towards the floor, crushing the tennis ball, not crushing, it's just pressing it down into the floor. All right, so that's an arthrokinetic move that I like. All right, then the two closed kinetic chain movements we did, one was just kind of a half kneeling assessment where I might just go and just kind of go in and out of this here. And again, so this is the same as if I want to run and jump off of this right leg. It's nice to just do this a few times. This is a light movement I can do every night. I can just kind of get this ankle used to moving like this. So when I go out and load it with a forward sprint that turns into a jump, into a layup, this ankle's just been here before. If I can do this every day and then play basketball twice a week, that's good maintenance. I can do some circles one way, circles the other way. And what I'm doing is sort of bringing my knee over my second toe, and then my knee forward over my pinky toe, and my knee forward over my big toe. That's just general mobility, but for the most part, I want to load and teach the pattern over my second toe. All right. Then the final one, it's nice to have some sort of slant board like this. I stretch my calf a lot of different ways, but when I got this for my clients, you can't beat it as far as just standing here. It's pretty mindless. It's easy to do, but it's very effective. I have clients put their foot up on a board or a step and things like that, but just to be able to stand with the slant board is so effective, right? And there's different levels to it. I can do it with a straight leg, and then I can also bend my knees and get my heel cord, my ankle, my soleus involved a little bit more. You always want to stretch your calves with a straight or a bent knee like this, and then a straight knee. And right now, my left ankle does not like that bent knee position, so that's what I need to continue to work on, all right? So 2 closed chain examples, 2 or 3 open chain examples. Try those out, stay with those, but keep in mind the idea that just like we do light days sometimes, you want to do light mobility exercises on your off days. So when you do get a chance to go for that weekend long ride, that weekend weightlifting that's a little heavier than usual, that weekend basketball game or beer league softball game or going to coach the kids, you're ready to do that. All right, so stay with those, comment below, tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.